I am very passionate about WWE games. At first, this channel was actually a WWE gaming channel.
I actually like how ring is big because
Good times.
and yeah, and full, oh my gosh.
And this might just be my opinion, but I feel like career mode is the most important thing in any wrestling game. All of us wanted to be a wrestler when we were kids, right? Unfortunately, none of us have a great body. Well, I do, but you know, by playing a career mode in WWE video games, you felt like you are a professional wrestler. Whether you picked an existing superstar or a created WWE superstar, it was an amazing journey. Well, in some cases, some WWE games done it right, and some WWE games just pretty much turned it into shit. And this is something that we are going to talk about. Today we're going to talk about the best and worst WWE career modes in WWE games. And let's start with a positive, which is WWF No Mercy. People love this game. A game from 2000 is still called one of the best WWE games ever made. Not only gameplay was fun, but career mode was also worth playing. You hear that, 2K? In this mode, you choose a title you want to go for and you don't actually have to follow the storyline. There are tons of branches, so even if you, for example, lose #1 contender match, you can still continue your story. Which is something that I, for example, really appreciate. Freedom in video games. One of the biggest reasons I didn't really like Road to WrestleMania that much. Now, I didn't really got an opportunity to play WWF No Mercy as a kid, but people are saying that this is the greatest WWE game of all time, and I think their career mode is one of the biggest reasons people are saying that. You want an example of a bad WWE career mode? Enter WWE Smackdown vs Raw 2008. Don't get me wrong, I love this game, a huge part of my childhood, used to play it all the time, but their career mode was just bad. 24/7 mode was introduced as a career mode and it was very repetitive. Your superstar looked like a moron in cutscenes because he couldn't talk for some reason. You would get the same cutscenes every week for really no reason and it got boring very fast. To this day, I still don't understand why they thought that doing the same cutscene every week is somehow a good decision. One week you fist pump Mr. Kennedy, the second week you're fist pumping Mark Henry. Why? All I can remember from this mode is that when you are a WWE champion and you switch brands, they give you the world title. Like that would ever happen? How does that make any sense? Or is that false? I don't remember. And that should say a lot. Let's talk about positives, which is career mode in WWE Day of Reckoning 1 and 2. I think it's one of the most underrated WWE games in general. In this season career mode, you had to use a created wrestler and there was no voiceovers, which is very weird since the game strictly followed a storyline unlike in 2K series. But at least it had an interesting storyline. Fuck Baron Blade. You start in development, then move on to the main roster and find yourself at WrestleMania in the end. In these modes, you have a storyline when you are a part of an evolution. You have a WrestleMania main event for both titles against Triple H. It's a very nice career mode. The only negative is that it doesn't have voiceovers. Oh, the great one, tell me about a terrible WWE career mode, and this is where I bring you WWF Smackdown. Just bring it. Don't get me wrong, a very good revolutionary WWE game. But again, career mode was just shit. I mean, what is this mode? You can choose any superstar and you can choose which title you want to go for and it sounds very fun. However, you can finish this mode in less than an hour. I played this game in like 2012 the first time and I was really pumped because I wanted something fresh, a new career mode season mode, and when I finished it, I spent 30 minutes trying to figure out how do I continue this. Because I thought that it's not over, but it seems like, wow, you challenge for the title, win #1 contenders match, win the championship, and that's it. Cool story. What about positives? And this is a mode that you probably remembered and all of you guys loved it, which is season mode in SmackDown vs Raw 2006 and SmackDown vs Raw 2007. Oh, this season mode, you can choose any wrestler, even created one, and you jump into amazing stories from either Raw or SmackDown. Both games shared the same career mode concept, and the only only negative is that you strictly had to follow the story. But I think that's the case because this game had voiceovers by WWE wrestlers, which is something you can't really complain about. Some people say that SmackDown vs. Raw 7 had the last good career mode, which is something I don't know whether I agree with or not, because it's really similar to Road to WrestleMania, but it's better because you can choose any WWE wrestler. So I don't know if I agree or not, but I gotta say SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 was so great. So career mode in WWE games never really recovered, and this is something that we're still facing in 2018. Enter WWE 2K series. This includes WWE 2K15, 2K16, 2K17 and 2K18. I don't even know what to say about this mode. By looking at NBA career mode, you would think that we're about to get something special, but it seems like they don't care at all. All we got is one good cutscene in Performance Center and then a bunch of random matches against same opponents, and like every 14 matches we would get one cutscene. Yeah, they made some improvements in WWE 2K16 and 17, but nothing really revolutionary. It was still the same boring career mode. 2K17 added promos, something you would only use for 5 times and then you get tired of it and stop reading anything that your wrestler is saying. In WWE 2K18 they added free rooming, and I know it sounds very fun, but it wasn't. To be quite honest with you, it was one of the worst things about this career mode. It was supposed to be very fun, but it was just very annoying, and what destroyed this mode for me was addition of virtual currency. Even after playing weeks of this game, you still had like 75% of stuff to unlock for your superstar. When I create my wrestler in WWE games, I already have in mind what my WWE wrestler should look like. And with this, it was pretty much impossible to achieve that. But the career mode that 2K series should take inspiration from is SmackDown Shut Your Mouth. The amount of freedom in this game still surprises me. You can go anywhere you want, ask for title shots and make your own decisions depending on where you want your character story to go. It was around the time when we had brand split, but we only had one main title, so the champion would be on both shows. It also followed an amazing storyline, NWO returning and trying to destroy the WWE. I get that this career mode is very long and some people may not appreciate that, but I really enjoyed it. The only negative I have about this game is that the free roaming kinda gets a bit boring later. What's another bad WWE career mode? And this one, I don't even know if you remember this one, but SmackDown vs. Raw 2009 and SmackDown vs. Raw 2010, they had Road to WrestleMania, but they also had a career mode. At least it was called like that. So yeah, on top of Road to WrestleMania, we had a career mode in these games, but did we actually? You probably don't even remember because it was so shit. All you could do is beat the different opponents every week. Cutscenes, storyline, anything that could prove that this is an actual career mode? Not really. You beat different opponents, win championships, and that's it. And to end this video, the greatest season career mode in any WWE game, in my opinion, SmackDown Here Comes the Pain, aka the greatest WWE game ever made. The greatest WWE game ever made also had the greatest career mode. What a surprise. I loved everything about this mode. Choosing any wrestler or created superstar, going for any title depending on your popularity. If you don't like being on Raw, you can go to the general manager and demand a trade. You also have different championships to go for on other brand. You can meet superstars backstage, you can look tough and roast your opponent and get some points for your superstar, or you get your ass kicked. This mode had different paths, so you always had an option and your decisions would affect your story. And it's still fascinating how this game and this game mode is so great, people still play it to this day. This is my list of WWE video games with the best and worst career modes. In my opinion, Road to WrestleMania 2K Showcase mode doesn't really count, so I decided not to include these, but rather include modes where you can actually pick a wrestler or use a created one. But let me know in the comments below modes that I forgot to mention or modes that you disagree with. Thank you for watching this video, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you haven't, and as always guys, the great one, peace, love and hugs. It's been a pleasure.